You're watching Flip TV News. I am Okoyemi Olugbemi. Here are the headlines. Now the news in details. The Senate has asked the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) and its subsidiaries to submit relevant documents relating to the turnaround maintenance project of Nigerian refineries. The Senate noted that from 2010 to date, over 12 trillion naira has been spent on TAM. The upper chamber has also said that it had records of over $592 million. The Senate ad hoc committee investigating the various turnaround maintenance projects of Nigerian refineries gave a directive on Wednesday during an interactive session with NNPCL management and other executives of the oil sector. Senator Issa Jibrin of Kogi noted that so much had been done on the turnaround and so much had been spent.
We also have over
$592 million not working. He said that they want to know the solutions to all the leakages as there are a lot of them. Jibrin also said that for weeks they had been asking for documents which had not been given by the oil companies, a development that created suspicion.
But one worrisome, like I did mention earlier, is the fact that
who is the other side?
From 2010 to date, over 12 billion naira, for 12 trillion naira, okay, has been spent based on our report. We also have over $592 million, 4.8 million euros, 4.8 million euros, and 3.4 million pounds spent between 2010 to date on the turnaround maintenance. Yet, none of these refineries is working. But one worrisome, like I did mention earlier, is the fact that between 2010 and 2020, the sum of 4.8 trillion naira was said to have been spent as operational expenses. How do you incur operational expenses that have to do with purchase of raw materials and similar expenses on companies or factories that are moribund? How do you come about the operational expenses? We need to know. These are issues that Nigerians want to know. They want solutions. They want solutions to all these leakages. We know they are leakages. Whether you accept it or not, they are leakages. And there are all forms of compromise within your various establishments. We know. And we will not hesitate to escalate this matter to the highest possible level, including possibility of outright dismissal of some of the heads of these agencies, refund and dismissal, and possibly go to jail. That you have not even submitted the documents after about 2 weeks creates room for suspicion, because these are documents that should be ordinarily available. Record of expenses and expenditures over a XYZ period of days. We've asked for this information about almost getting to 3 weeks now, and the documents are not here. That in itself creates one for suspicion that you are hiding something. And that will make us to prove you further. distinguished colleagues, sir, I did. Okay. Okay, two more people have come in. Okay. While I was talking,
2024, Nigeria will stop petrol imports. In other news, the chairman CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Abike Dabiri Erewa, has urged Nigerians relocating abroad, a phenomenon locally referred to as Japa, to live legitimately and with proper documentation to avoid unpleasant circumstances. Dabiri Erewa gave the warning when she visited some Nigerians at a shelter in Brampton, Canada. A Nigerian man had last week died due to unfavorable weather conditions at a shelter in Mississauga, Canada. Expressing sympathy for their condition, the NIDCOM boss urged others without proper documentation who are seeking asylum to desist, saying the situation is getting tougher in many countries.
Shelter in Mississauga, and all right, this is exactly the spot where a young man from Nigeria died last week Wednesday. Now you see the tent they were living in, you know, you can see it all the way down there, you know, and you just begin to imagine how are people expected to survive in this horrible condition with the current state of the weather. You know, with the cold out here, I can tell you, we can't even, some of us can't even stand 30 minutes outside of this cold, but yet human beings like you and I are living on these tents in these horrible conditions.
Moving on, the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, Desmond Akawor, who was appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu into his cabinet, has resigned as the opposition party's Rivers State chairman. Akawor tendered his resignation letter on Friday, barely a few hours after President Tinubu appointed him as a federal commissioner representing Rivers State in the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Recall that President Tinubu on Thursday appointed Akawor as a federal commissioner representing Rivers State in the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission pending confirmation by the Senate. A statement signed by the President's Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, disclosing Akawor's appointment, noted that his appointment was secured to the tragic demise of the immediate past RMAFC Federal Commissioner from Rivers State, Asondu Temple, earlier this month. President Tinubu tasked Akawor to deploy his robust experience across tiers of government toward the comprehensive reformation of processes that will ensure the most efficient and productive utilization of allocations to all three tiers of government in Nigeria. Akawor has stated that his resignation was connected to his appointment. Akawor has stated that his resignation was connected to his appointment, added that he had since handed over to his deputy, Aaron Chukwuemeka. Finally, on the news, the Governors Forum of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has publicly backed the judiciary in spite of their colleagues being sacked by court. Addressing the media at a meeting in Abuja on Thursday, November 23, the governors described the two ruling by the appellate court sacking two of their members last week as temporary setbacks. They also expressed hope that the Supreme Court will do justice to the sacking of Governor Caleb Mutwang of Plateau State and his Zamfara State's counterpart, Governor Dauda Lawal, by the appellate court.
Thank you. Distinguished members of the press, I wish to read a communique issued at the end of our meeting of the PDP governors held here today on Thursday, 23rd November 2023. The PDP Governors Forum held a meeting under my leadership at Bauchi State Governors Lodge on Thursday, 23rd November 2023. The meeting deliberated on various issues of interest and concern to the forum, the People's Democratic Party and the country, and issued the following communique. The meeting reviewed the recent judgments of the Court of Appeal concerning governors of various states and noted the mixed outcomes. As a forum, we once again restate our overall confidence in the judiciary to do justice. We believe that the Supreme Court will do justice in the cases where we recorded temporary setbacks like Zamfara and Plateau states. The meeting also reviewed the off-season elections in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo states. We support the decision of INEC to investigate the action of exacted the national production of money to the guests. Any question? Thank you. Thank you. Distinguished members of the press, I wish to reach
and turn on your notification bell. Okoyemi Olugbemi reporting live.